Thanks for launching the digital edition of Nightsounds with Bill Pearce's message of hope and encouragement. After you listen to the program, please consider making a contribution to assist us with the cost associated with maintaining these platforms. Just press the Donate tab, where you can securely use your credit card or PayPal account. And now, this is Nightsounds with Bill Pearce.
Hi. May I come in? Instead of knocking on the door like this, which is a little disarming late at night, we enter with music. The music of Nightsounds. Welcome, I'm Bill Pearce. And it's just me, speaking with just you. So it's just us, two people together right now. And I'm glad you're there. In fact, tonight's program is subtitled Just Me. That word just, the adjective, is sort of a misnomer because just anybody isn't enough. You are more than just me. Just anything, or only you or only me. Since we come to you tonight with another, about a half an hour of programming, I want to make the time count for you because I believe that your time is valuable. I highly respect you as a listener. And perhaps before this program is out or the coming week, depending on if you have email or go by the postal system, we might get to know each other better. At any rate, tonight's program, Just Me, will feature music that contains the word me, the personal pronoun, because you are important and significant. Our music tonight, containing the word me, I trust will speak to us more than just an art form or pleasant listening, but the lyrics are all important. I'm going to open our time together tonight with a group we've had on before, many times. It's entitled Treasure, and the song is Breathe on Me. It's a song of prayer. the group called Treasure. A medley there tonight. Breathe on me and let your sweetness flow through me. Tonight's program, Nightsounds, with the subtitle, Just Me. And actually it circles around the subject of naturalness. In other words, be yourself. The best person you could be is you. Now you might need some rough edges planed down or sanded off or smoothed, but we are in the process. God created you and me in His image. That is one fantastic concept. And we are supposed to be naturally like our source. God's commands don't require us to live supernaturally, but naturally. And if you are a Christian, your natural mode of operation is the same as God's, because you came out of Him, and so did I. And the product always has the nature of its source. That's why God's not impressed when we keep our bodies free from drugs and our minds free from impurity, or when we give generously, or we're good to people, or even when we fast and pray. God expects us to act and think like He does, because He is our source, our Creator. We are His children. So tonight's program, Just Me, is more than just that. The overtones are tremendous. In fact, if I recall, Leona Choi wrote a little piece of verse with the title Just Me. And she began with the question, must I always be someone else's somebody? Can't I ever be just me? On the other hand, why should I struggle endlessly to find identity exclusively by being someone in isolation? Only God is the great I Am, existent in Himself alone. I am the created one, only known as I am known by Him, and as I touch my fellow man. So if I'm called God's child, the Good Shepherd's sheep, my husband's wife, my son's mom, my granddaughter's grandma, or my neighbor's friend, or my brother's keeper, that's okay with me. Because then I make the discovery of my real identity and the opportunity of being somebody to someone else, responsibly. So, if not just for yourself, for another person, you're even more significant. Our challenge as created beings in God's image is to serve Him and help others. And tonight's program, Just Me. As I mentioned a few moments ago, our music will circle around the word me. There's an old gospel song that's been around for quite a number of years with the title, He Lifted Me, speaking of God. And the subject matter is about salvation. And the lyrics read, from sinking sand, with tender hand, He lifted me. From realms of night to plains of light, God lifted me. And that word lift is loaded too, because it means rescued us from a Christless, hopeless eternity. Some years ago I recorded a trombone solo with the Stockholm Symphony Strings. We began on a very low note, a low G as I recall correctly. And the depths of that low note might suggest how far down you or I have gone as we look back in our track record and our past life. But no matter how low it is, God is there, and He can lift us up by His divine power. From realms of night to plains of light, praise God, He lifted me. Just in case you've joined us, this is Nightsounds. I'm Bill Pearce, and we come by your place just about every night during the week on this radio station, with good music, hopefully, and thoughts that will meet us where we are. Tonight's program entitled Just Me. And how many times we've called out to somebody and they might say, "Who are you?" "Oh, it's just me," as we knock at the door or ring the doorbell. What we do is related to God. When He took you and me out of Himself, He automatically gave us the ability to be creative and imaginative. We all have some creativity within us, some gift that we can share with others. That may lie latent within you, may have never been discovered or expressed, but it is there. And by prayer and some introspection, perhaps some help, guidance of God, we can discover what that is, recognize it, implement it, cultivate it. Because we share God's potential to plan, to design, to bring dreams into reality. In his book, Releasing Your Potential, Miles Monroe wrote, "God is full of more projects, ambitions, and proposals than you can imagine. He's the God of the impossible. But He has tied the revelation of His potential to your dreams, aspirations, and prayers. That's why God is continually challenging us to ask Him for the impossible." Somebody said the possible is no fun for God. He's already done that. It's the ideas, the plans, objectives that the world hasn't seen yet that He wants to do through you and through me. In tonight's program, Just Me, again, is a loaded sentence. I'd like to read another piece of verse here by Leona Choi. It's entitled, I and Me. Now this is a little complex at first. We have to listen closely. And it reads, I lives in me, but not forever. For I am too, and so are you. Not schizophrenic, though, but created normally, for God decreed it so. The building that is me, okay but temporary, is flesh and blood and bone, and for this earth to house myself, the truly I. The me that fades and crumbles and decays is made of dust. Its joints are prone to creak and groan, no room for pride. But under the crust and under the rust is a temple where I reside, not made with human hands. The Holy Spirit dwells in the real I, inside, and renews it day by day in God's mysterious way. And then, someday, I will fly away and separate from me. They call it die. But that's just me, the canopy. My I will be set free from the body that I used, the housing I won't need. But my indestructible I really will not die. forever with the Lord. That is my destiny. For the I that lives in me lives eternally. Well, I'm not certain whether it's too late at night to comprehend and put that together, but maybe if you're half asleep, psychologically we remember things we may hear during our sleep and rest. It could be that you might recall it tomorrow sometime driving along the highway. One of those sentences might come to you, and you'll say to yourself, wonder where I got that from. Well, it could be Nightsounds. I'm glad you're there. I said that at the beginning of the program, and I really am sincere. And I hope and pray that this program will be more than a radio format, but will turn into a relationship. There's more to this radio program than what you're hearing audibly, because I've asked that God speak through the entire expression, the music, the thoughts, the quotes, even me. He can speak through any of us. That's a marvelous thing. We have a God-shaped void within the being of every one of us that only He can fill. And then we will reach our true potential. We all have talents and gifts. We mentioned that a moment ago, but when God touches it with His power, then we're into another dimension. And that's what we speak of tonight. We'll be going off the air in a few moments, but as we do, as I've often said, we will continue in other forms. The compact discs, one of which you just heard in the trombone solo, the printed page, albums of vocal and instrumental music. If we can send you a catalog of the various expressions of Nightsounds, please let us know. If you'd like to contact us through email, it's nightsoundsradio, that's one word, at AOL.com. Sure glad to hear from you. God bless you, and as we continue tonight's program, Just Me, I turn to a piece of music, again, that includes the word me. He, God, has been faithful to me. And that's good to know, because we need outside help. In sort of a swing mode, Dave Boyer, veteran songster, comes to express for us the faithfulness of God to each and every one of us as we live and move and have our beings.
In my moments of fear, through every pain, every tear, there's a God who's been faithful to me. When my strength was all gone, when my heart had no song, still in love He's proved faithful to me. Every word He's promised is true. What I thought was impossible, I see my God do. He's been faithful, faithful to me. Looking back, His love and mercy I see. Oh, in my heart I have questioned, even failed to believe, yet He's been faithful, faithful to me. When my heart looked away, the many times I couldn't pray, still my God, He was faithful to me. The days I spent so selfishly, reaching out for what pleased me, even then God was faithful to me. Every time I come back to Him, He is waiting with open arms, and I see once again He's been faithful, faithful to me. Looking back, His love and mercy I see. Though in my heart I have questioned, even failed to believe, yet He's been faithful, faithful. Oh, in my heart I have questioned, even failed to believe, yet He's been faithful, faithful. In my heart I have questioned, even failed to believe, yet He's been faithful, faithful to me. He's been so faithful, faithful to me.
Dave Boyer, He's been faithful to me. I saw a significant expression on my way in tonight, and it read, "You are the key to God's creative expression." In other words, you and I can do anything God demands of us because our Creator will never demand more of us than He's already built into us. And in a sense, He's saying, go ahead, imagine anything. There's nothing that you can imagine that I don't already have. But I need your imagination to demand it. Well, I thank you sincerely once again for sharing with me these moments tonight. Don't forget, just be yourself. That's the best thing you can be, but give yourself to God, and He'll take you to worlds unimagined by you, and me too. God bless you. Till we meet again, a pleasant good night to you.